Hello, I'm Tom Shapland, the CEO and co-founder of Tule. Today I'll be talking about why the pressure chamber tells us more about the weather than it does the water status of the plants. If you would like more information about this topic, you can visit our blog on our website by going to tule.ag, scrolling to the bottom of the page and clicking on blog, then looking for the blog post called How to Correct Pressure Chamber Readings for the Influence of Vapor Pressure Deficit. The key idea in this blog post is represented in research done by Larry Williams from UC Davis. In this research, Larry measured the midday leaf water potential with a pressure chamber in well-irrigated vineyards that didn't have any water stress throughout the state of California under varying vapor pressure deficit conditions. Vapor pressure deficit tells us how hot and dry the atmosphere is. Really, it tells us how dry the atmosphere is. A higher vapor pressure deficit value means the atmosphere is drier. A lower vapor pressure deficit value means the atmosphere is more humid. On hot days, the atmosphere tends to be higher. The atmosphere tends to be drier. In this figure, we see that the midday leaf water potential measured with a pressure chamber varies from negative 0.5 megapascals, or 5 bars, to negative 1.2 megapascals, or 12 bars, in well-irrigated vineyards without water stress, just depending on the vapor pressure deficit. Let's say that in a different way. If a vineyard is fully irrigated, doesn't have any water stress, the readings you get from the pressure chamber will vary by 7 bars, depending on how dry the atmosphere is. When we use the pressure chamber to make irrigation decisions, we're looking at thresholds like 10 bars, or 12 bars, or 15 bars. If we have a threshold where we say we're going to irrigate when it's 12 bars, when the vines are at 12 bars, well, the reading we take with the pressure chamber could be off by 7 bars. It's basically useless. It's telling us about the weather and not the water status of the plants. It's a very expensive, the pressure chamber is a very labor-intensive way to know what the vapor pressure is. You may be saying, my organization is different because we take stem water potential or pre-dawn water potential. But pre-dawn water potential and stem water potential are linearly correlated with midday water potential. They're basically the same thing, except they're different by a constant multiplier and a constant value. Let's imagine that we have a vine that's always 12 bars. It's a magical vine. It's always 12 bars, no matter what. Depending on vapor pressure deficit, the readings we get from that magical vine with the pressure chamber will either be 11 bars on really cool, humid days or 14 bars on really hot, drier days. This chart shows you how much the leaf water potential varies with the pressure chamber, just depending on daily variations in vapor pressure deficit. In California viticulture, we talk about the pressure chamber as if it was handed down to Moses with the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. And any other way of measuring plant water status is compared to the pressure chamber. But guess what? The pressure chamber readings that you're getting are probably wrong. We need to move on as an industry from the pressure chamber and do things differently so that we can preserve California ag and optimize our fruit quality and our yields. Thank you.